And what's up? How's everybody doing on this fine evening, afternoon, whatever? It's not that late here. The sun's still up, but I know that it's going to be dark where some of you are because you are in or on a different times in a different time zone. So Wednesdays become very crowded with live streams. I used to do live streams every Wednesday, and I stopped, but now I'm back again. But I see there's still other people doing it, but it doesn't look like live streams are quite as popular as they used to be. But anyway, what's up? How's everybody doing? I'm here. Got some stuff to unbox today. Don't want to drag it out too long because I know people get annoyed with things taking so long, but I am going to keep the intro a little short. Already got stuff set up, so it's not going to take very long. But did want to say howdy and what's up to everybody. Thank you for being here. You could be anywhere, but you've chosen to be here online with me today, which is very much appreciated. So I don't know how many people really get a kick out of unboxings. I see Michael Bear still loves unboxings, which is cool. I haven't touched the box. The box showed up a couple days ago. quite a few days ago. Actually, it showed up really quick, which is really good. So shout out to Fair RC for this. But I brought it in, put it aside, and I set up the live stream so that we could do it here on this. And what is happening at each show? Lionel Randall, what's up? Big Chris, what's up? So as you guys come in, I'll just make sure to say something to y'all when you do show up. Something else has shown up that I haven't done anything with yet, but I plan on it. And that is this, a speedometer. So I have been wondering what a lot of these planes speeds are like. I got some speeds on my F-15 with something similar to this. 131 miles an hour with my 7S F-15, which is cool. But I want to know what more things do. So I have this. Hopefully it'll fit in some of my planes. I'll be able to get some more speed readings, and I get to do some more stuff that people actually enjoy and appreciate me doing. So, yeah. So not a whole lot going on in the RC world. We had a few events. We had Joe Knoll, and then we had EDF Jet Jam over the weekend. Didn't seem to get nearly as much hype as it has before. So I don't know if that's something that changed or if I just am not in the same circle that I used to be. But yeah. So yeah, thanks to those of you that are in the chat. I am been trying to get around to other people's live streams as well. So Just Passionate was on. He's mainly into cars. Urban Legends, he's into cars too, but I've been trying to get on their site because on their streams because I appreciate what they're doing. So shout out to those guys. They've shouted me out a few times and I appreciate it. And I will do the same for them because I like their content and I like what they're doing and I like their enthusiasm for the hobby. So if you get a chance, go check those guys out. And I'll have to link them in here. Urban Legend is there. But he is driving and he's here. So Urban Legend, I was just talking about you. I appreciate you guys and your show and all that you're doing for the hobby at the moment. It's not the part of the hobby that I've been part of as of late, but I do appreciate the enthusiasm. So shout out to you for that. And I will continue to support that because that's the way I feel about the RC aviation side. So Victor RC Jets is here as well. But Urban Legends, thanks for doing what you do. And like I said, I was just on there with Just Passionate too. He's good. They're all into cars, and I'm probably going to get another car here soon. Not quite sure what, but I'm even thinking about getting a really cheapy little RC plane to throw in my car and have with me all the time. So I'm trying to get back into making RC simple and fun. I still like the big planes, obviously, because that's what I got here. But if you haven't checked out Fair RC, check out their site. They're like a US version of FMS. So this plane that I've got here, I'll just talk it up real quick. I found it. I was looking at FMS Hobby at their site, and they said they're having a flash sale. So I looked up and I saw that the Scorpion was on there. I like the new schemes on the Scorpion. I've got the camo version, and I wanted to see what the price was like. So price was $489, and then I had a coupon to get free shipping. So like, oh, cool, that's great. So I was about to go through and click everything, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna look at Fair RC. So I went and looked at Fair RC, and at that time, Fair RC had it for even cheaper. So it was Dwayne Clark. What's up? Thanks for being here, buddy. So Fair RC had it for even cheaper. So they were selling it for $459. So I'm like, oh hell yeah! So I went and I looked. I tried to use a coupon, couldn't use it because it was already on sale. And what do you know? Shipping was already free, no tax, no nothing. Boom, that was a done deal. So I ordered it, and I had it here within a few days. So it's here today. The plan is to open it up and see what it is. As far as I know, this plane requires nothing but screws to put together, and we're going to see that. And then we're going to take a look at some of the things that I plan to do. So you know what? Since I've got the plane over there, I'll get to it pretty quickly. But I'm going to show you why it is that I'm pretty happy about this plane, because this isn't from the plane, but this is an ESC that I bought before. This is the FMS ESC that comes in this plane. So the plane that I bought is the 6S version. The 6S version comes with the 36 millimeter size motor. It's 1950 kV. Same stuff that you have. Same stuff that you have in the Viper jet. So it's the 36 millimeter motor. Has a well, let's see. Okay, the power plant, the EDF unit itself is the same. The other components are going to be different, but there's an FMS version of the Viper jet, and there is a E-Flight version of the Viper jet. The E-Flight version has an Avian ESC, 130 amp ESC, the famous Spectrum receiver, but it does have the same fan. They just put the E-Flight name on it, so it's the 36 millimeter 1950 kV. So the FMS version, it has a different ESC, which is this one, 120 amp ESC. Now the special thing about this ESC is it has a higher amperage UBEC, and it's also 4S, 3S, 3S. 3S through 8S. So if you want to experiment with other batteries, this one will do it. This is what comes in the FMS, and this is also in the FMS Viper. And now that same Viper setup is now in the new Scorpion. So the cool thing about that is that 36 millimeter motor can do 7S. It's going to be a little bit of an amp hog on 7S. It's actually a little bit of an amp hog on 6S compared to the 40 millimeter. But it's more versatile. It gives you more that you can work with. Now, I've had very good luck with this setup, which is still FMS. But this is a 40 millimeter motor. So with the same thing with cars, when you go to a wider diameter, a larger diameter, it gives you more torque, and it also gives you more RPMs. So this is going to give you more torque and RPMs, but also by doing that, you're going to lower the amps. So this will pull 106 amps max, when the other one will pull about 112, 113. A little bit of heat on the 36 millimeter, but absolutely no heat on this one. The downside is a little bit of extra weight, but the kV is lower at 1850. But since it's a larger diameter motor, a little bit longer, you're going to get higher RPMs. Even though the kV is lower, it's more torque, so it's going to spin faster. So this is a motor that I've had really good luck with. This was in my F15. And I had run this on 7S for quite a while. No issues. Needs to be rebalanced. Or it might have just been the plane. I don't know. But it does need to be rebalanced. That's easy to do. I know how to do that. But I'm going to fly this plane stock for a little while. And then I'm actually going to switch to this and see if I can notice any difference. I'm going to fly it on 6S, then 7S. This will be 6S and 7S as well, but I'm going to get back to doing the stuff that I used to do. Notice there's a burner on there. Yes, there will be a burner on this plane. It's a sport plane, but I'm going to put a burner in it anyway. Who cares? And I have a burner that's going to go in that for the 36 mil as well. I have a 36 millimeter motor that I'm going to use in another plane, but we will get to that. So let me get to the chat. Let's see. So live streaming went downhill when Kenny shit show went from cool airplanes to 3D printing flow vases. Flower vases. Yeah, it's been weird. I'm not going to complain because I had some really good streams there in the beginning. Airvix, what is up? Very good to see you. Haven't talked to you in a while. Glad to see that you're on. And yeah, as I said, Dwayne, what's happening with you? Thank you for being here. I've seen you on the other chats. That says that's a big you can see bigger than the four they have. Yeah, so the reason why they make these as big as they do is for cooling. There is actually a pretty big case on this. So the actual ESC is more in there. There's fins here on this. On a lot of these EDFs, this is cool because these go in the intake stream. So there's a constant flow of air over there. You don't have to put a fan or anything because there's always air going over. But yeah, they're a little bigger. They need to be because of the loads. I think cars are going to be harder on ESCs because of the constant variation in throttle. But let's see. So let's see. Same ESC as in the Avanti for 6. Yeah, you're right. The 90 millimeter Avanti, you're correct. And that's what comes in it. That's a plane that I plan on getting to. So let's see. Urban Legend. He said he's making the round. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to see you are. So how do I run the odd numbers? So there was a way that I used to do it, but I'm not going to do anymore. I think I have my batteries here behind me, but they're kind of covered. So I have actual 7S packs that I'm going to be running now. They've actually been available for a while. Hobby King was some of the first to offer them. Uh, Back a while ago, they had 7S packs. Some of the heavy energy heavy duties, you could get them in 5,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,200 7S packs. They've been offered for a while, but I hadn't had any use for them. So I noticed that there was a sale a while ago on some packs. So, okay, first off, and I'll even show you why I'm not going to do it anymore. First off, I used to do series packs. I do a 4S and a 3S in series. And this is why I will no longer be doing that, because this is a store-bought series adapter, and I trusted it, and I shouldn't have. I broke my own rule. As a result, this happened at an air show in front of about 6,000 people. Thankfully, the plane didn't do much. It did crash, fell apart, but it was good for the crowd. Sucked for me. That plane was $250 and lasted for a very long time. But this is what killed it. So I had been doing 7S with 2 packs, a 4S and a 3S. They worked great, no issues. The only issue is this, and if I make these myself, I have no issue. But they're extra weight. It's an extra failure point. No point in doing it. So yes, you can. They've been doing it for a while. 5S is odd. People have been doing 9S, some 11, some 13. So it's not common, but it can be done. So that's what I had been doing. However, I have Liperior, which come from rcbattery.com. They had some sales, and they actually had some good performance ratings. I just went off of what I'm going to be using. So there were, I still have my work badge on. Oops, got my government badge. Anyway, they had a good sale, and I bought them when they were on sale. Turned out to be really good batteries. They're called Liperior for the regular packs, and then when you go to higher C, they're called Liperior. So very good questions, Dwayne. I'm glad you're asking, because it's making it give me more stuff to talk about. So on 6S, you're able to get quite a bit of performance. Now, when you go to 8S, there's always downsides to 8S. There's a lot of upside, because you get a lot more performance when current goes up, amp draw usually goes down. But the only downside is that the weight goes up, because you've got to use 2 packs or bigger pack. So with 7S, you're kind of straddling the upsides and downsides. So the downside to 7S is that your amp draw will be a little bit higher than what it normally is, but only a little bit. The upside is you're going to be less weight than 8S, but you're also going to be much more performance than 8S with a slightly higher amp draw. And since you're only a little bit over what you're normally using, this motor right here, which is a 40 millimeter, does not cause any heat at all, even when running on 7S. It has an internal fan, so it helped. That's what helps. You can kind of see the fan right there. You can't see it on the back because the burner's there, but it has an internal fan, so it cools it down. And then you don't need to use full power all the time, because you've already got the same power you did the 6S. Just going a little above, a little under full, you're going to get way over what you did with 6S, but you're still going to be getting a lot more performance. And yes, as Victor just said there, less wide open throttle. But when you do go full wide open throttle, it's going to be way above what 6S is doing. And it's, while the amp draw is going to be higher than it is on 7S, I mean on 8S, you're still going to get really good performance, and you won't need to go full throttle for very long, as Victor said. So I've noticed this. I had my F-22. I've flown it that way for almost 3 years. before the crash in October. And then I've been doing it with my F15 for a little under a year, a little over, I don't remember. But these motors don't care, even though you're going over. They don't get hot. And people have been known to do these on 8S with no issues. And the actual 8S, 1500 kV 8S, people have been known to run that on 9S with good results. A lot less weight than 10, but you're getting a lot more performance than you get with something equivalent. So anyway, so Mr. Lionel Randall, let's see what he's saying. I want to make sure to keep involved with you guys. I have a free wing 90mm F4 that I flew last weekend. The plane took off normal, but as the flight went on, I was losing power. The plane felt like it was at 50% with the stick at full. Same on 2. So that could be that you're losing a battery. You should do some run-ups on the ground and connect, 2 packs. Could be that one of your cells, all it takes is, with serious connection, all it takes is one cell to make your plane fly like crap. And it could have been that one was charged and one wasn't. That's what's happened to me with my F15. I didn't check my packs before I flew, and I put it on the charger thinking that it had charged. It said it had charged, but it didn't. It had only gone to roughly 3.9 volts per cell, and the others had gone to 4.2. I flew it together. The plane always sounded kind of strange, and then halfway through the flight, it died, and I ended up crashing into a field. Didn't kill the plane, just got it really dirty. Let's see what's being. Let's see if just run like. If it's made for 8S, no, 7S is going to make it go slower. What I'm doing is going up one cell. So if I have a 6S setup, I'm going to run it on 7. So if you want to, I don't know if your Baja Ray would do it. You don't need to go up or down. If you want to have good performance, but not quite as much speed, going to 7S would be okay. But that's probably not it. So Lionel Randall, as Victor just said, yes, it could be your connector as well. But start with your batteries. Make sure your batteries are charged the same. Make sure they're the same age, because if you run different age batteries with different internal resistance, the one that has the least amount of internal resistance is going to work the hardest. So not worth doing that. So anyway, that's that. But these are good questions and good stuff that you're bringing up. Let's see. So that's pretty much why I do it. The main benefit to me running 7S over 6S is the fact that I can get a lot of performance, and I'm not a full throttle jockey, so I'm able to get the most out of a 7S without killing it. I have actual 7S packs. I have 7S 5000, and 7S 6200 packs. I also have 8S packs. So things have changed, and I just need to change some connectors, and we'll be good to go on running some of the other stuff. So I don't want to keep, I've already been running my mouth for about 30 minutes. I don't want to get these people that are impatient all weird about me saying I'm doing an unboxing video, and I haven't actually unboxed anything for half an hour. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to get set up. I'm going to start doing some of that here on the, while I'm talking to you guys. So for us, I can run 5S. Yes, if you have an ESC that's capable, you can run 5S. Yeah, so just go the system, take the system one up. It'll really give you a little extra speed. Got to check for the parameters of your motor. Make sure you don't hurt your motors. That's one thing I've done with RC. I've taken a lot of the motors that were like one of the setups that I ran for my some of my EDFs. I got boat motors and was able to make them go a little over what they were supposed to. So you just have to be willing to accept the consequences if there's something that's a little bit over. And I'm a full throttle jockey in that. So, hey, there's nothing wrong with full throttle. It's different in cars than it is with planes, and there are setups that work for both. So if you fly planes and you want to just fly full throttle, there's stuff that works. If you're good with moving the throttle around, there's things that work there too. So all depends on what you want to do. So let me get this thing set up so we can have the camera running. But I'm going to do an unbox. Yes, I get it. Yes, I get it. Okay, I got it. I got it. There we go. Did I click the wrong link? I might have clicked the wrong link. So there we go. Let me in. Okay, so nothing wrong with being a full throttle jockey tie. Victor, I'm not even going to respond to you because you know what it is. Oh, where did I put my headphones? I'm gonna have to get my headphones. So here I am trying to be ahead of stuff, and I'm still behind. So anyway, we're going to get to setting this stuff up. I think I could use my phone. Maybe I'll just use my phone and be done with it. Maybe I don't need to use headphones. So let's see. Maybe I could just use it like this. That's why I use headphones, because of the echo. But we gonna do that anyway. So let's see. See if I can get this working. Change the camera to another view. Trying to do this without me being off the camera so y'all can not have to sit there and listen to the music. Let's go to back camera. Okay. There we go. All right. So I'm going to have to go get my headphones. We're going to have to do it that way. But let's I'm trying to eliminate the amount of time that I'm keeping y'all off to yourself, but we're going to have to do it that way. So I'll be right back. And as it says, I'm setting up the other camera. So be right back. All right, so let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I'm trying to get this situated here. Sorry for all the extra stuff in the background, but that's what it is. So let me know if y'all can hear. I'm going to walk over to another area and see if you can hear me okay. All right, so I have my headphones. Let me know if you guys can still hear. It's probably going to be different than a phone, but let's see. Okay, so let me know if you can hear. The box is there. You can see Kuan Yin and some other stuff in the background, but oh well. Let me know if you can hear me. Because I don't have my usual tablet. So you have to work with what's there. So this is what we got. These back out of the way. So this is it. This is how the box showed up. Take a quick look and see what we can see. There's only a little bit of damage on the box. It's right here. Some right there too. Hoping that right here, right there, right there. No damage any other place. Everything looks good. It's got the info on the plane there. Check this side over here. They look all right. So this is how it came. I haven't really messed with it aside from just moving it so I could actually, oops, sorry. Just moved it around so that I could actually get into it. I mean, so I just moved it. So we're actually going to open it here so you guys can see. And I don't have a way to check the chat, so I will get back to it. I'll take breaks here and there so that I can look at it. But right now, I'm just opening. So I know it's a box in a box, so let's get to the other part. Let's see, so I like the new scheme, so some of that damage did actually make it into here. But I think that's why they have the insulation the way that they do. So we should be good. But this is the box. Actually looks pretty good. These are the new schemes. This scheme was better than the other one. I don't care for it, but it is better than the other schemes that they've had. Here it is, the scheme that I got. And there's all the info that's there on the box. So cool looking plane. So let's get this out of the actual shipping box. Okay, let's see how we're going to do this. I'm going to have to slice open the bottom too. Otherwise, we got the vacuum effect going, which makes it so that you can't easily pull it out. There we go. So then we'll be able to see There we go. Okay, so we're going to pop that out that way. Get rid of this box. That box out here. Okay, so these are the other parts of the box. Oops, sorry. Again, there's that cool scheme. The orange. This is the scheme that I got. And then here are the specs. Shows you the wingspan, 44.9 inches. The overall length is 52, 3,500. Flying weight, 3,500 grams. 3670, 1950 kV. Brushless motor, which is the same as the Viper. 120 amp ESC, which is also 8S capable, which they do not say there, which is really cool. 13 gram servos, 5. And then there's 4 of the 23 gram, which is cool. 7-channel radio, which tells you the center of gravity, the EDF, and the blades, and then all the other stuff for both. That's for the 6S version. The 8S version is a little bit heavier and has a slightly different setup. None of which I'm going to be using for this, but I will use a 4068 6S that will be used on 7S. So anyway, there's that. So there's that part there. Let's look at the other end. There's, again, the schemes right there, which is cool. Back to the other side here. There's just one scheme here, which is cool. The orange. So let's figure out how to get this open. Because I'm going to pull this apart and show you guys today, but I want to get this back together and in the box. So pull it apart. Let's get this open so we can see the contents inside. So I'm going to run over and take a look at the chat. Make sure you guys can hear me. I hear the sounds in my headphones, but want to make sure that you're there. Okay. Just Passionate, you're here. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. So thanks to all of you for being. If you can hear me, give me a heads up. But yeah, so I'm going to continue with this unboxing. And I'm actually, like I said last week, I'm going to get back to doing some of the stuff I used to do, which is just working on stuff. So you guys can see what it is that I do with some of my setups and how, when, where, what, why, all that goodness. So, launch this box. So, this is what we have. FMS is very good about their packing. So even if there is going to be some damage on the outside, usually on the inside, there is none. So let's take a look around here and make sure everything set it as it should be. Everything looks okay. I don't see any issues, but let's tear into this thing. So I don't know what I just did with my, there it is, my knife is right there behind me. So what I can see right here off the bat, as far the wings, let's get into it so we can see exactly what's going on. There are some parts you may not be able to see just because of the camera angle, so let's lower it down. But I'm going to cut this stuff here. And then cut this stuff here so we can get in there. Take a look. So there's the spar. Believe it or not, most of the spars that you see are fiberglass. They just paint them black so you think that they're carbon fiber, but they are fiberglass. And this is a fiberglass spar, more than strong enough for what you need. And believe it or not, like I said, most of the spars that they use in planes nowadays, they're just fiberglass painted. Fiberglass in a black color to make you think it's carbon fiber, but it's not. So anyway, E-flite and FMS tend to use fiberglass spars, and they work just fine. So yes, that is not carbon fiber. That is a regular spar. So here's the wing. First thing I'm opening. First thing I'm noticing, ball joints and actual hinges, which is nice. They're not like foam hinges. These are actual hinges. This might be a foam hinge. This is a foam hinge, which is fine. But it's also contoured to the airfoil, so it's going to seal it. But anyway, here's the ball joints, servos, wheels, retract, everything's screwed in place. The wing connector, you don't need to use servo connectors, you just plug it in. Foam is in good shape, paint is in good shape. You can see the foam beads just a little bit, which is, it's all right. The paint looks good. It's not bare foam. It is painted, so that's good. One wing. So let's see what else I can get to here. So this is where some of the damage was on the outside. As you can see, it didn't affect anything inside, so we're all good. Let's get this open. Cut the other side. This is a funky setup, but it is going to work. It'll take forever doing this, but have to be a little careful. Take there, that goes away. So here's the canopy. It's right here. This is funny too because this same pilot's in the Viper and in another plane. Can't remember which one. I think it's the T-33. No, the BAE Hawk, the 80mm Hawk. So this pilot has had making the rounds. But one thing I always liked about FMS is that they put that little hole there in the canopy to keep things from blowing up too much. If this stays in the sun for any amount of time, it will start to bubble a little bit, which is fine. But if it didn't have this hole, it would be even worse. So I can see the foam beads a little bit, just to be expected with this. There's a little bit of damage there, not much, but looks good. Part for the snap, it's in decent shape. Put it right here. All right, so now we're going to open. It's slightly different. This. All right, so that's got multiple layers. So this is the other wing. Looks to be in the same kind of good shape. Hinges free. That hinge is free too. Ball joints. Everything's in good shape. A little bit of gatoring and foam beads are visible, but for this price point, that's fine. So that is good. Let's put this over here. I'm trying it. So that's only so far 1, 2, 3 parts. Pull that off. Getting into the nitty gritty here. They did a very good job insulating it. So here's one of the vertical stabs, or horizontal, I don't know which one yet, vertical or horizontal. Again, the right kind of hinges, which is nice, I like that. Ball joints, servo lead. This looks like carbon fiber, but it could very well be just dark colored fiberglass again. There's that. There's another piece, and again, I don't know what order these go in. There's a little bit of damage here. Not much. I have to figure out which is which. This says elevator, so that's elevator. I think the other one says rudder. Looks to be in good shape, good hinges. There's just a little bit of damage. That could just be a manufacturing defect here. There's that. Then we have something in here, which are all the parts, all the screws and the ball joint links, which is good. Put that over there. There's that piece there. I'm going to put that aside. So in here we have the elevator and rudder up for the other side. Oh, these are rudder. These are the rudders. So those are the elevators that I pulled out. These are the rudders that have the Super Scorpion name on it. And ball joints and those good hinges on there. So these are in the near bottom of the box, but they look to be in good shape. So no issue. So those get set aside. Okay. So again, not many parts either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts so far. And then let's get to the manual. We'll dig into that later. I'm not going to do a build on air. Maybe I will do a build on air. I don't know. We'll see. It's not even really a build. It's just an assemble. But there's that. Let's get this back over here. That's a very thick spar too, by the way. Even though it is not carbon fiber, it's very thick, very strong. Ooh, I don't like this. Okay. So unfortunately, I'm seeing there's a pretty big crease here in the back. I don't like that. I don't know if that's from shipping. Yeah, it is. From shipping, it looks like it was bent in the back here. That's unfortunate, but let's see what we can work out with this. I don't know why. That's a pretty big crease too. I don't like that. So let's pull this out. Let's look at the box. Yeah, the box is damaged, so that's probably where that came from. It's okay under here, but up here there's a pretty big crease. And that's from shipping. So that's unfortunate. Maybe there's something I can talk to FRC about. Maybe they'll do something about it. And if not, it's really not that big of a deal. I think it'll be okay. But cosmetically, that's ugly. See in the back here, the fan. Is there a 36 millimeter motor? That's going to be good. And then right here, there is no removable nose cone on this bird. So it's another little bit of damage right there, right here. Pressure point. I might just let this crease pass because I don't think it's really going to hurt anything when everything's together. But seeing that is a little unfortunate. I can get it out. I know how to get that out. A little bit of heat. But anyway, the connections there and there, it's just screws to assemble. There's no glue involved here at all. Everything is going to be structurally rigid just from screws. So there's the bottom. There's another little bit of damage right there. You can see, but I don't know if this is anything I should really worry about. There's a hole there for cooling. Runs through everything. See if you can see through the back here. You can see in here. There's the board, the servo connections, and then there's some tape here for Velcro. And the board's back there, and then yes, they have an EC5, which is great. Everything I use is EC5. So that's it. Everything looks good. There's only, well, with the exception of that little, little mishap with it. That's why. Goes this way first. So yeah, that's not good. But I think we can. If I notice that there's an issue, I'll say something about it. But I think that'll be okay. That's a little unfortunate though. But I'm not going to complain unless I notice that it affects anything with its actual structural rigidity. But I think that once I put all those other things in place, then I'll be able to use a little heat to get this crease to go away. So I think that's it. It should go together pretty quickly. FMS is usually really good about their centering their servos too. So we shouldn't have an issue there. But yeah, I'm gonna give it once I get it together and then start seeing how things work, I'll give it a thorough flight review too, and then let everybody know how it works. But that's pretty much it for now. We're gonna get ready to end this, but did want to show this part of it so you can see, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get this part shut down, and then we will get back to the computer. So give me just a second. I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. Had to get a little bit something to drink. It's actual grape juice, not adult grape juice. But yeah, so let's see if I can catch up on the chat. Thanks to you guys for being here. Just bashing it. Thanks for coming by after your show. Let's see. Yeah, I did. I gave everybody that all the people that I frequent, I've been giving shout outs, especially the ones that I can tell are really into RC. And good ambassadors to the hobby. The thing that drives me nuts more than anything are people that are just freaking, what do you call it? Influencers that are giving free stuff and then they try to act like it's the best of the best of the best just because it's been given to them. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. So yeah, so Urban Legends, Lyndon, those other guys, all good people. I appreciate your shows. Appreciate what you do on the show. Same thing with Just Bashing It. You guys are good people, and I like to promote, or not even really promote, just like to support that. So I'm hoping y'all do the same with me, because that's just the way I work. My whole goal to be here and my whole goal with this hobby now is just to help people with the stuff that I didn't have the help with when I was younger, getting started. I've been at this hobby since I was 9 years old. I just turned 50. So I had to struggle for a long time before I actually got good at it. And then when I did get good at it, I started trying to help people with stuff that I struggled with for a long time, and trying to help them get ahead with it. So yeah, buddy. I've been a basher. I've been there. My first car back in the days was a Frog. And then after that, I got a few others. Believe it or not, once my kids came around, I actually started getting into cars again. But it was so expensive. I spent the most money and most time on Mini Z. Mini Z, because we were having a lot of rainy weather, and Mini Z. God, those little things are freaking expensive. But I spent a lot of time with those. I actually got fairly good. I never even got a real remote. I just used the stock remote that came with them, and I actually got pretty good with it. Got a pretty fast little setup. But I'll plan on getting something. I don't know if it's going to be a crawler or just a basic basher. But I had some rare cars too. I had a Mugen Seiki race car, one of the actual competition cars that I raced for a little while. So, but it was fun. So been at this RC thing a long time. I had some boats, had some airboats. Almost everything that I've done has been RC aviation related. Those are planes, but I do a little bit of everything. We used to live by a lake called Lake Hennessy, and I used to have some basic little boats that I'd run out there for fun. So Urban, no, the plane that I'm putting together is as an FMS bird. The plane that I crashed was an FMS powered free wing 90 millimeter F-22. So no, I am going to get another F-22 though. I think I'm going to get an 80 millimeter F-22. But yeah, and the crazy thing is, I didn't crash it; it crashed itself because of this. It wasn't pilot error; it was equipment failure. So, and again, this is my fault because I never use store-bought stuff. I always make my own, and for some reason, I use store-bought. And so yeah, so that's it. We're going to have to get back into some kind of car though. I know FMS has cars and they have lots of parts. They have some cool stuff, so I might get something simple just for the hell of it. But I don't really plan on going full bore in cars. We've got a track at LFE and Livermore Flying Electrons. They've got a full-on track with a counter and all that stuff. And they actually had a race a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I'm not going to get into it like that. Number one, it's really dirty, and I get dirty at work. I don't want to get dirty for the hobby. And yeah, the 80 millimeter F-22 does look like a lot of fun. 80 is a sweet spot. 70 and 80s. 70 are good all around. 80s are good in scale, appearance, and performance. So I might go with that might be more the way that I go. The 90, I loved it. It was one of my favorite planes. It had been through a lot. RC Pilot Will, what is up? Thank you for being here. And Mr. Fred Barron is here as well. Thanks for you being here. So Gary Gasser, he said, my son's in the RC cars. They're money pits. Yes, they are. I know. I've been there, done that. One of the main reasons why I don't fly helicopters anymore, because they are money pits. Jeff in Lower Alabama, hey to you too. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, I am an equipment mechanic by trade. I work on all kinds of stuff. I'm the lead in my shop now, so I mainly tell people what to do. But when it comes to working on stuff, I want to work on my own things because I want to. It's like my own cars, my son's car, we're working on it this weekend. Doing everything with the brakes because I did it the first time back in a couple of years ago. So now we're redoing the brakes and making them better because they were already better, but now they're going to be really good. And then I don't want to be tinkering on stuff. When I go out to fly, I want to plug in a battery, do my pre-flight checks, and fly. That's it. I don't want to be trying to put something together at the field or fix something or I don't want to be fiddling with an engine. I'm good at nitro tuning. I can do all nitro planes. Same thing with cars or boats. I'm good at tuning those engines. Does that mean I want to do it when I go fly or go out to enjoy myself? No, I won't do that. So you won't see me with turbines. You won't see me with gas planes. You won't see me with nitro. Been there, done that. It's supposed to be simple, and adding all the extra complexity Does not do my brain good. Don't want to do it. Garfield Houston, what's up? And thanks for seconding that, because that's just the way I do it. The 8S setup was really good with the F22. I had some hot 6S setups that I ran. The 7S setup was really good in the F22, and it really sucked to see it go down. But it was a deal. I got it for $250. It flew for over 7 years. All those different setups in it, and got its money. Got my money's worth out of it big time. I love the smell of nitro fuel, but I hate the fact that it gets everywhere and eventually destroys your plane. So no, we ain't doing that. But so yeah, so I've got another 4 boxes worth of planes that still have yet to be put together. The Scorpion will go together quick, thankfully, so that's gonna get done. Urban Legends account, no, it does not come with a transmitter. FMS doesn't make their own transmitters. There's a lot of Dynam stuff that you can get with transmitters, and then there's E-Flight stuff that you can get, mainly the beginner planes. But no, the plane that I use an NX10, and I'm probably going to have a AR637 receiver go in there, or possibly even this Lemon RX might go in there. We'll see. But I don't know if it's going to be a gyro. So the setup I got was a 6S stock. The stock comes with the same that the Viper came with, which is a 36 millimeter 1950 KV. But I'm going to be changing it to this one, which is the 4068 1850 KV 40 millimeter motor 7S. So even on 6S it'll be faster, but 7S will just be even that little bit better. So, and again, Garfield Houston, he's the guy who got me. He used to ask me a lot of questions all the time, and I gave him info. Then he started experimenting with all these different setups and running things on 7 and 8S. He's the reason why I'm running this on 7S, because I knew that 8S worked, but 7S was like a sweet spot. So, yep. So just bashing it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming by after your show. And like I said, I'm going to frequent your show when I can. So thanks for being there. I'll support you as long as you keep it simple and keep it just for the love of the hobby and not all crazy influencer doo-doo. Yeah, I'm going to say it. The influencer crap is just bleh, drives me nuts. So many people who turn into fanboys, it just drives me crazy. But CVO Hobo, what's up? So let's see. We got more people coming in, so I appreciate everybody showing up now. Did it send out a notification saying that we were going to do the live? Because I sent out a lot on Facebook to see if people would show, but I don't know how many people actually saw it. Let's see here. And we're doing good as far as that goes. That's great. So so just let me know, because I'm trying to see if it's still getting out there the way that it used to. I have it set to alert people and hoping that it did. But so next show next week we might do. Okay, great. You got a YouTube notification. We might be doing some setup stuff, or possibly even some testing of some things. But like I said, I've got the speed thing that I'm going to be using in some of my planes, kind of like the stuff that Urban Legends has been doing with the speed the speed trials, or the RC Pilot Will, and they've been doing that with speed trials. But and then Urban Legends, they've been doing stuff with it too. But I'm going to do something with mine and see what we can get with some of the speeds, because a lot of my planes are really fast, and just fast by seeing them. I had radars on some of them, but get an actual speed indication, an actual indicated speed of what they're doing will be good. So Fred Barron, he's actually been one of my longest supporters. So big shout out to him, and thank you for being here again. And I'll, I usually have the speedo thermometer. You're the one who was saying that, speedo thermometer. But yeah, so I got one of them, and we're going to be using that to see how fast some of my stuff is. I'm one that believes in making the most of what you got, and I don't use crazy high C packs, and I still have some of the fastest plates in my field. So it's all on the way you fly and all on the way you do your setups. And I will eventually get some of these better packs. Some of the 7S packs I have are high C. Some of the 6S packs are high C, but most of them are going to be 30 to 40 C. Don't need much more than that. No point going beyond that. But anyway, y'all, I think that's about it. We've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. I don't like to go much longer than that, but I'm going to get back to Wednesdays again. I'm going to have to stick to it. And oh, is that my cat? What is she doing? Izzy, what are you doing? Trying to get in. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for being here. I will leave the chat on for a little bit, and then we will close it out. But we're going to get back to doing this. We're going to get back to flying. You'll see videos. Check out the shorts. The shorts keep going up. Speed trial the F-14. Okay, cool. So I'm going to keep watching all your videos. Try to get there to Jeff in Lower Alabama. He's another one of those people I like to support because he's always got cool stuff that he shows on Fridays. So yeah, I'm trying to stick to the people who've always supported me and the people that I see going the right direction in the hobby. Not down the influencer way. Don't like influencers. But thank you guys, and I will see you later, and keep doing that RC stuff for the goodness and not trying to make people buy or click your link or blah, 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 blah. Anyway, adios, y'all. And yes, Fred Barron, I played the song for you. Even if you're not here, I still have that one song that I play for you. So anyway, let's get to the music. All right, guys, see you later.